Hello, Lacrosse friends. Welcome back. We have just come off a thrilling quarterfinal overtime win by the Glasgow Clydesiders. I had time to run downstairs, take care of business for a moment, and now we're back to quarterfinal action. I'm Steven Stamp, joined by Billy Wynn. Is this your broadcast debut?
Yep, here we go. First errant pass of the game.
Their ball is loose, and Onondaga Fire will get it back. No, it's going to actually bounce out to the Bats, Rochester Bats, in the brown with the purple stripes. Okay, one rule of broadcasting, you have to keep your leg on your own side of the platform. Yep. Thanks, man. There's all these little nuances.
Yeah.
Rochester maintaining possession, fresh 30, the ball up top with Kyle Roberich. Makes the pass across, just barely connects as Adam Peroni, almost called him Eric, that's his dad.
Shot off the boards.
Shot off the back boards. And Mike Triolo is not going to be able to get it in time. And here comes Onondaga. Immediate possession for them. Sterling Claflin. Triolo on him. Strips it and picks up the ball. Gets it ahead. And Colton Armstrong, who's been just dominating. You can see his confidence building. Former junior C player. Hard shot off the foot of Edmund Cathers, the starting goalie for Onondaga. At the other end, we've got Joel Watson between the pipes for Rochester. Boy, I called a game earlier with Rochester wearing with Watson wearing that purple shirt against a purple team. Man, was it hard to tell the goalies apart.
Oh, God.
I know they're opposite ends, but there's a quick pass, and Cree Cathers can't quite get it.
Breakaway, here we go.
Armstrong on the run. Nice save
nice
again
save
by Edmund Cathers. And the ball scooped up by Mitchell White. He's going to run it over center. Looks around, nothing really to push, so he's going to pass it off and go to the bench.
Both teams getting up and down early in the game.
Onondaga goes to the offensive set. High lob pass. Leland Palace with the shot on the run that looked like it almost went through between the leg and stick.
Got through to 5 there. That one gets through. There we go.
Great finish by Gavin Hill to just pick up that rebound, bouncing out and fire it between the leg and the post. 1-0 Fire. And that's wondering, these teams both look pretty good. They both got a lot of talent, both have a lot of depth. I think one difference we might be looking at is the goaltending is Edmund Cathers, a real veteran, and he's been playing it for a long time. He's very reliable. And at the other end, you've got Joel White, who a very good goalie, but he's young. He's 21 years old. Doesn't have the same level of development and experience. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. White definitely has the potential to come out and help Rochester win this game. Triolo circling, finds his man. Oh, it's a bit high for Roberich. The first man there is going to be Clay Arnold, and that'll make it over and back. And that's a penalty. That's just not a smart play. You're getting the ball. I just don't understand why Sterling Claflin hits him there. You're getting the ball.
That's a useless penalty for your team there.
You turn the ball back over, you go shorthanded, and you give them Rochester a chance to get momentum, and all the momentum was with Onondaga. I get it. You mean, you see the guy there, you want the ball, you want to start quick, but
not a smart play at all.
Got to have some more discipline. Kyle Roberich will start with possession. Gets it back quickly. He's just going to rip one into the belly pad. Oh, it's picked up immediately. A great chance there.
Yep, ball still loose. Here we go.
Fernandez still fighting. He gets it back, a fresh 30. But he's going to face some heavy pressure immediately from Matt Noble. Noble's having a very strong tournament. Triolo passes it down low. A little sidearm shot from Roberich. Stopped by Cathers. And there you can see how calm and poised Cree Cathers is. And as I say that, he throws the ball away. Oh. And it goes straight to Colton Armstrong, just bouncing over Cam Simpson. Now, have you played either of these teams?
No, not yet.
Not yet, okay.
I don't think we will.
No, I think you're in a different section now.
No, we actually did play Onondaga Fire.
There you go.
Played him earlier.
Elbowing call to Percy Booth. So Claflin will be released. And Booth goes right into the box to continue the power play. And Onondaga, I mean, the thing with Onondaga, I think that we've seen, I think I may have talked about it with a couple of your teammates, is they don't have a couple of players that are just really blow you away, but they have a lot of talented players.
They play very well together.
Right? Wave after wave.
They play together all year round.
Yeah. The idea was this wasn't going to be the Onondaga Redhawks. It was going to be a young team, kind of a development team. They wound up with a few more veterans, but it is still a core group of guys, as you said, that play together in the Senior B League, in the Can-Am League, with the Onondaga Redhawks. There's a battle for the ball. Jeff Fernandez showing some grit. Then the hard sidearm shot. Clay Arnold gets run over. This is a physical game. This one could escalate.
Gather seeing a lot of shots early in the game here.
Here comes Onondaga. One of the things being right here sitting above the penalty box is we can hear when guys are chatting in the box.
Yeah.
Players do like to chirp each other. There's a bouncer that doesn't get through. It's off a Rochester player. It's tracked down by, Wade Bucktooth got it, but Rochester comes away. 2-on-1. It's got Drew Candy. Oh, it's a little behind Candy. Drew Candy's hands not really known for shooting balls, but he can play. He's got a pretty decent stick for a guy who's probably more renowned for his fighting over his career. Sidearm rip. Watson gets just enough. He doesn't know where it went. It's in the back end of the crease. It's behind the goal line, but beside the net. Good heads-up play by Croy Arnold to come up with that one. Here's Colton Armstrong up for an offensive shift, which he can definitely do. He did play a fair bit of offense back in Junior C, moved up to transition, never played Junior A. His breakout was in the Arena League. That was a nice drive to the net, but the shot just didn't get through from Mark Stanton.
Another big save. Oh.
Sorry, Tom Rabarich. Here comes Onondaga running the ball ahead. Cree Cathers. Here's Leland Palace. It just pops out of his stick, but he gets it back. Adam Peroni on him. That's a good matchup, actually. Two very good players. Oh, a nice save by Watson. Peroni didn't see where that ball came out, and Leland Palace got it. Somebody on the Onondaga bench is yelling, somebody's got to get back, because they had everybody down low. Everyone lower than the dotted line. Yep. It's just a recipe for a breakaway.
Just got a fresh 30.
So they're all right for now. Palace on his offside save Watson. We talked about Watson maybe being an X factor. He has been outstanding.
Oh, man. Here we go.
Armstrong on the run. He's got Peroni to his left. He's going to leave it to Triolo. Armstrong and Triolo play together with the Coburg Kodiaks. They're two key members. Adam Peroni with the Brooklyn Lacrosse Club in MSL. So a bunch of Ontario Senior A guys here for this Rochester team. Penalty coming. And Colton Armstrong close to getting another one as he gets a stick up into the face of Gavin Hill. And now a big collision. They're both going to go now. Are they both going for penalties after the original one? Was the earlier call separate? Anthony Irizarry's going to the bench. I think it's Colton Armstrong taking the first one. How many players going to the box for Onondaga? There we go, just the one. It's hard to tell with the bench just beside the penalty box. So slashing was the original call. So it's going to be a power play for Onondaga for 1 minute. The others will be offsetting Miners. Simpson with a shooter spot. Behind the back pass. Cree Cathers, hard shot. It's going to roll out, grabbed there by Rochester. And John Brandt whips one ahead, and it just kind of bounces through everyone up to Chris Shevins. He's going to get the ball. He's looking to see if anybody's coming. There's Clay Arnold. He's covered, though. He goes to Anthony Irizarry. Played for Puerto Rico last year at the World Championships of Field Lacrosse. Rochester's taking their time, killing as much as they can. They've got 3 left on the shot clock.
2 seconds left. They got to
Mark
get it out.
Stanton is just going to let that expire. And then he's going to hang on to the ball. And he wants a penalty for the stick being knocked out of his hands, but he actually probably should have gotten a delay of game, so you're not going to get that call. They've been a little, not slack, they've been a little lenient on the delay of game calls, I think.
Yeah, they haven't been calling much.
No. Penalty over. We're back to even
Big
strength.
outside shot.
Oh, and the
another
players
big
both
save.
came out. What's going on with that?
Up
Okay, that's too many men
in field.
on Onondaga. So what happened? Colton Armstrong was released.
Let's see if the ref.
And, yeah, Troy
ref picked it
Benedict
up.
came out as well. Yeah, they're going to call it. So Armstrong came out. Benedict thought that because the penalties expired that he was out as well. So he left the box. That's definitely too many men. Oh, no, they're saying it's their fault. Somebody opened the door for him. So that's a mistake of the person running the penalty box who opened the door and sent him out. So they're not going to call the penalty because it's not the player's fault. So now everyone's going to get released.
He's released and we're even now.
Yeah, because it's a
No
dead ball. And Adam Peroni goes to make sure he's cleared. And Troy Benedict was pretty hesitant to leave this time. Because last time he went out, everyone started yelling at him. So we're back to 5-on-5. 5 minutes to go in the first half. I'm Steven Stamp with Billy Wynn. Rochester with possession. Rabarich. Bouncer over to Clay Arnold. Hits the trailer. That's Kyle Rabarich. Triolo's on the far side, wants the ball, gets it. His man was cutting for a pickoff, so Triolo had a lane to the net. He's got it behind the net now. Pass in front, penalty coming as the Fire converged on Jeff Fernandez. It's going to be a slashing call. And I'll tell you, Mike Triolo, when he's behind the net, he's my size. He's 6'8", just a tiny bit shorter than me. We can pretty much reach out from behind the goal line, the back of the crease, and put the ball in.
Oh, it's the fortune of having
Very
a
close.
Giant long wingspan.
Yeah, the downside is we can be a little awkward. He's actually not that awkward. I'm a little awkward. Here's Clay Arnold, power play for Rochester. Rabarich over to the other Rabarich. Skip pass went right between the two lefties, and Rabarich can't get to it. It's going to be grabbed there. Almost grabbed by Matt Noble. Oh, behind the back from Triolo. Fernandez fighting through. That one's not within Triolo's reach, which means it was well away from him. And Onondaga can kill all but 4 seconds of this penalty. Kevin Bucktooth Jr. runs into Armstrong. Big collision. He just spins off and hangs on to the ball. Benedict near side to Nanticoke. Lee Nanticoke. Watched there by Croy Arnold. That pass doesn't connect, and Colton Armstrong's going to get it. They've got 12 left on the power play. If they push it, they could get a shot off. Mike Triolo was literally leaning against the boards up in the offensive end, waiting for the play to come back, and had a defender hanging out with him. Yeah, they're not going to get a shot on the power play, but Triolo back to Armstrong.
Nice.
Oh, what a rip.
Nice goal.
Not bad for a defender. So Rochester, that'll make it 2-1, right? They got the earlier goal, didn't they?
Yep.
Okay. So Rochester going up 2-1. Their first lead of the game after Onondaga had scored very early.
Yep.
And now nothing for quite a while for the Fire. Early jump. It was Rochester, so Onondaga gets it. Adam Yee with the ball.
Fire shooting themselves in the foot, getting a lot of early penalties.
Yeah. Hard to maintain momentum when you're doing that. Ball back to Dylan Lyons. He looks like he wants to shoot. Just not there now. Oh, he still looks like it.
Trying to get his
he
hands
will
free.
rip
There
it,
he is.
yeah. And now he's looking like he's going to go after the player. Adam Peroni getting under his skin. Lyons has had a bit of an edge all weekend. Seems like he got riled up early and just hasn't riled down. Here's Kyle Rabarich. Sorry, Tom Rabarich. Kyle's 11. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Jeff Geddes. He's kind of running around outside. Passes it through to Rabarich. Spins, shoots, safe gathers. But it's going to be a fresh 30 for Rochester.
Fresh 30.
Oh, unless they don't pick
couldn't
it up,
scoop
which
it up.
they don't. Mark Stanton just missed it. Armstrong comes out as a 2-on-1. 3-on-1.
Oh, nice save.
Yep. Watson just throws the arm up to deny Brian Phillips Jr.
And he's got him far side if he needs it.
Yeah, he's not going to have to. He's just running the ball up. John Brandt will run it ahead. I think Armstrong played that well defensively because probably Brian Phillips Jr. is not the biggest scoring threat on that situation. You're looking at the guy coming off the bench is probably more dangerous. Clay Arnold with the pick. Little roll, but the shot was already taken.
Nice big rip. And here's a break.
Chance Creek
Another
Cathers
2-on-1 here.
finds Troy Benedict. There's Adam Peroni. He's going to tuck it and run. Now he's looking at Armstrong. He's also got Irizarry with him. Goes to Irizarry. Shoots far side. That never got through. Here's a break the other way. Sterling Claflin on the run, but Triolo's back to face him. Tries the corkscrew and gets it loose. Great check. Oh, what great one-hand pass as long as it didn't get picked off in front with no goalie in the net there. To 18 seconds in the half. Triolo rips one. It's wide. Here's a breakaway.
Here's a
10
break.
seconds, lots of time. Claflin looks back, sees he's got lots of time, sets the ball, scores.
Big goal.
I thought that seemed like an early shot
Yeah.
from Rochester. I guess if it goes in, it looks good. So, through 15 minutes of play, I thought Rochester had 2 goals. Oh, and now Trevor Clark goes running down the floor. We got
A couple players
Corey
getting involved
Arnold.
here.
Yep. Corey Arnold getting into it.
I don't
We
think, I
might
don't
have
think
a.
the refs
Oh,
see
there's
that.
a punch. Mason Noble's game is going to be done. Corey Arnold didn't drop his gloves or helmet. Noble took off his gloves and helmet and started throwing punches. I think you're ejected for fighting from this tournament,
Yep,
are you not?
no.
For the game or the tournament?
For the tournament.
Yeah.
Tournament has a very strict no fighting policy.
So that's probably it for Mason Noble, which he's going to the penalty box, which seems unlikely. And his hand is not looking good. Ooh.
Oh, some blood coming
Oh,
out
yeah,
there.
that fingernail looks sore.
Let's see what the refs decide here.
Yeah. So we are at halftime. It's at least 2-1 for Onondaga. I thought Rochester had 2 goals. We'll just check on the scoring. Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome back. We've got 1 minute left in the halftime, but it got started a bit late because the officials still trying to sort everything out from that commotion at the end. I made a bit of a mistake. I thought I saw it was 23 Matt Noble that was involved. It was actually 73 Leland Powlis that was throwing the punches. And yeah, his finger is looking a mess. They're actually bringing medical staff in. You got the what? First, going to be 1 second as we sort a few things out. We'll be right back with this broadcast.
see what
All right, welcome back, Lacrosse friends. I'm Steven Stamp with Billy Wynn, and they're getting things sorted out. It's going to be a 4-minute power play for Rochester, as Leland Palace got a minute for an instigator, 3 minutes for fighting,
Yep.
and a game misconduct for fighting, and he'll be out of the tournament.
Yeah.
So Brian Phillips Jr. is still in there. And I believe Colton Armstrong. Yeah, Colton Armstrong has gone back. So he and Phillips have offsetting minors for dead ball contact. So Levi Confer, number 66 for Onondaga, is in serving the 4 minutes for Leland Palace. So that's a loss.
Yeah, he's out for the tournament. He just said so.
Yeah. So, yeah, there you have it. Leland Palace out for the tournament. So he is done for the weekend. And, I mean, if Onondaga goes on to win, they'll be playing in the semifinals without Leland Palace, which is he's a big loss. He's a key component to their offense. Face-off will be John Brandt for Rochester, now going right to left on your screen. And Adam Yee, as usual, for Onondaga. And they just explained to the Onondaga bench, so the players with the matching 1 minute, that's Phillips and Armstrong, will have to wait until the first stoppage after a minute because they are offsetting, so they won't be coming out. And once the 4 minutes is served, then Comfer can be released. There's Matt Noble. My apologies to him for thinking it was him. I thought I saw the 23, not 73. Here's Percy Booth, shot. Oh, and then the ball is missed, and that's back in. Oh, no, they're going to call a loose ball foul instead. Rochester will get it. Here comes Drew Candy up the floor, lobs it ahead. So again, it is a power play for another 3.5 minutes here for Rochester. They haven't done much with it yet, but they get a chance there. Triolo just missed as he tried to reach around to the far side. Here's Irizarry. Pops loose from him. That's a great positional play to keep Matt Noble from getting away with it. Now he's got to be careful he doesn't get a penalty. It's going to be a loose ball foul, which is not too bad, given that it was almost a breakaway for Noble. Boy, as much as losing Leland Palace is a loss, I almost feel like it'd be more of a loss to lose Matt Noble the way he's playing in this tournament. He's been sensational. Was he good against you guys?
Oh, yeah, he tore us up.
Yeah. I'd say he's been one of the best defenders in the tournament, to be honest. That ball skips away from Cam Simpson. Was it a touch? No, it's over and back. Wasn't easy to tell whether it touched Chris Chevins, but it clearly did not. And now back to the power play for the Rochester Bats. Ribards down to Triolo. They haven't really generated much in the first minute 45 of this advantage. Another penalty coming. So you want to just shoot quickly. Actually, that's the normal strategy, is to shoot quickly because the clock stops. In this case, you might want to just keep going because the penalty is still ticking away, the previous one on Leland Palace. If you're Rochester, you almost want to take a timeout here and save the 5-on-3 time. Illegal cross check to Kevin Bucktooth Jr.
So we'll go 4-on-3 here. Oh, 5-on-4.
Yeah, 5-on-3.
Missing one on the floor. Nope, 5-on-3.
5-on-3 for a minute. So Armstrong saying it was a safety valve.
Keep one
Triolo
back.
down low. There's a shot by Clay Arnold. It's wide. Comes straight out to Ribarich. Triolo. Twister shoots. Is it in? It is. You can see Edmund Cathers reaching behind him, and he didn't quite grab it. So now which one? Just got to clarify which comes out. Yeah, it's going to be Kevin Bucktooth Jr. comes out. He's released. There's 1 minute right now remaining on the Leland Palace penalties. So it's 5-on-4 power play for the next just 12 seconds left. Oh, wait, no, they took the wrong one down. There should be time left on the clock as the wrong penalties come down, and there should be about another 20 seconds or so. Oh, so definitely a mistake there, but the time has expired. He wants to go out. The bench is yelling for him to go out. Well, 11 minutes he gets out, so another 23 seconds. There we go, it's announced. Irizarry. Shot, that's blocked by Cam Simpson. Down low to Armstrong, he was going to the net before he had the ball. And Edmund Cathers is going to be able to grab that ball. Armstrong trying to make it tricky for him. He rolls it. Nobody was looking, but the man coming off the bench gets it, Wade Bucktooth. He spins towards the net as the ball is passed off towards Troy Benedict. Bucktooth will be the first guy there. Couple of bats on him. He's thrown down. Penalty coming as Peroni tossed him down. The penalty may have been before that, actually. I thought the hand was up before Peroni grabbed him. Boy, this is a tough game. Very physical, very feisty. Peroni looks like he got a bit of a whack and may have returned the favor. So with the score 2-2, 10.5 to go in the second half. Wait, are they both going? Wow,
No, just
John
one.
Brandt and Adam Peroni both in the box.
Oh, wow. Looks like we'll go 5 on 3 here.
A slashing call and a holding call. So the slash on Brandt and then the hold on Peroni as he did toss the guy down. All right, so now a 5 on 3 for the Onondaga Fire. They're going to leave Cree Cathers at the top. Simpson stepping in over to Benedict. Behind the back. Bucktooth just walks in, reaches around, the stop by Joel Watson. Boy, Watson's been sharp in this game. They get the ball, and Croy Arnold on the run. Oh, he threw it to Colton Armstrong. He had no idea it was coming. It's picked up by Trevor Clark. That's a tough break because they could have killed most of the rest of the penalties. $18 on the shot clock. Lee Nanticoke with a shot, stopped by Watson. Didn't love that shot early in the shot clock. Didn't seem like a great chance. Pass to Triolo coming off the bench. Do we have it too many men? Nope.
Nope,
But
going back the other way.
That got out of bounds, and that's why it will be a possession. Onondaga was yelling early. I'll tell you, it was close to being early. They've been calling that all weekend, so I'm sure the refs were watching for it. Both players out. Brandt comes in, trail check. And now we have a chance going the other way. Drew Candy's yelling, go, 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 to Croy Arnold. He's got Peroni with him, passes it to him. Oh, nice save. And then there's a penalty there as Kevin Bucktooth Jr. just goes high, runs over Adam Peroni well after the shot. He's arguing, and I just don't get why. It's a clear foul.
Spending a lot of time in the box today.
Yeah. I get it. You get fired up. It's intense, but that to me is a clear foul.
And another power play for Rochester here.
Yeah, Colton Armstrong will start at the top, run the power play. He's got Jeff Fernandez over on the far side. Clay Arnold down on the crease. Triolo sets a screen for Rabarich. Armstrong takes a little swat down to Rabarich. Through traffic, Fernandez gets the shot off. Checked as he shot, not sure how much he got on it. Here comes Onondaga. A spin. Good defense by Brandt. And that shot's going to go over and back. Matt Noble trying to stop it, couldn't do it. And there'll be 25 seconds left on the power play for Rochester. But as the play gets started, they'll have about 18 seconds. Fernandez up to Arnold. Triolo at the top. Big collision out front. Rabarich, hard shot, but there was nothing there. Edmund Cathers was just waiting for that shot.
5 holes plugged up all day.
Penalty's over. We're coming back to 5 on 5. Bucktooth just steps to the bench and gets another defender out. The forward out, sorry. Here's Cam Simpson. Brandt on him. A pick and a shot twister. Can't quite bury it. Great job by Clay Arnold to zip through traffic and then make the calm pass out to Peroni. Start to look ahead and lost the ball for a moment. He's got to get over center. He does it. 6:44 to go. It is 2-2. Around the world, Adam Peroni. Wow. That was quite an effort. It was a crease violation anyway, so it wouldn't have counted, but still a nice save and a great shot. What a game we've got here. We loved the last game. It was 4-4 after 30 minutes. This one's 2-2 after 24 minutes, almost 24 minutes. Croy Arnold with the ball. He's got the U-Hawk on the helmet there. Yeah, maybe we can see some footage from that later. Triolo misses well wide. It's going to go over and back unless Armstrong can get there. That's going to go ahead to play first. Might have been a bit of a break for Rochester that went out to play because Onondaga had a player down the floor and could have made a quick pass on the restart if play was blown right in. Percy Booth down to the corner. Benedict. Oh, that's Benedict getting it from Bucktooth. Simpson. Peroni D'ing him up. Another holding penalty. But it's a goal.
Nice look.
Wade Bucktooth. No. Crease violation. So
Called
the hold
off.
on Peroni will be put in effect.
What an effort.
Yeah. To fight off the check and pass it across, and Bucktooth just on the line.
Get a power play here for Onondaga.
Yeah, Adam Peroni very upset. That was not an egregious hold, but you can see the call. Benedict up to Cree Cathers. Simpson back to Cathers. He's got a lane, scores.
Ooh.
Perfect shot, reaches across, pulls it back near side, cross body just inside the post. Wade Bucktooth emphasizing to his teammates that they need all the loose balls. John Brandt taking the face off here. And I've actually been calling Chris Chevins John Brandt a couple of times, so the last few things I said about John Brandt, apply them to Chris Chevins. 51 for Chevins, 81 for Brandt, and with holding called against Adam Yee. That's a great battle there by John Brandt, legitimately John Brandt. Now Drew Candy getting into it with Percy Booth. They're chatting, and Percy Booth, he may be a tough young man, but he does not want to mess with Drew Candy. Penalty coming now. It's going to be too many men on Rochester. No, is it Onondaga or Rochester? Yeah, it's Rochester. So with 3.5 to play.
Another power play coming up here.
And even if Onondaga doesn't score, that eats up a minute of Rochester's time to try and get one back. They're down 3-2. Peroni has been released, so he'll go out and join the penalty kill. Armstrong at the top with Croy Arnold. Candy and Peroni low. This is Simpson. Look to Wade Bucktooth. He's got Benedict on this side. They go low to Sterling Claflin, the righty on the crease. Or sorry, that's Lee Nantico, 7, not 2. Simpson shoots, saved by Watson. It's kicked, picked up by Simpson, just misses. Front. He stepped in the crease anyway. Peroni with the ball. Quick outlet, and Croy Arnold's going for a run. He's got lots of time to get over center. Matt Noble goes to meet him. Triolo. 15 seconds left. You can just kill the penalty till late in the shot clock and then try and get something. He does. That's going to bounce. Picked up there by Baric. They've got 5 to get a shot off. Drives to the net. Crease violation. Man coming off the bench. Benedict all alone on Watson. Big save. Joel Watson. Holy cow. Held his ground. A lot of fakes. Perfect timing. And I'll tell you, Benedict waited to make sure his teammate was in the change box. He was actually about halfway up the change box by the time Benedict went. He did not want too many men there. Penalty coming, and that's a silly one. Triolo, after the ball popped out, Kevin Bucktooth Jr. is going to the box again. Where's that Brian Phillips Jr.? One of them's going to the bench and one's going to the box. Yeah, illegal body check called against Kevin Bucktooth. Stop time now. So 1:57 to play. A 3-2 lead for the Onondaga Fire. Rochester bats on the power play. Armstrong over to Rabarich. Triolo setting a pick. Fernandez to Courtney Armstrong. Now they go to Rabarich. Fernandez sidearm shot stopped by Gathers. And he just gathers the ball in. Bounces one ahead to Matt Noble. Dylan Lyons with it. Corey Arnold on him. Armstrong comes to the double team. Great job by Lyons to hang on to that ball. Makes the pass across. It may have been tipped, but it is picked up by Lee Nanticoke. Passes out front. Armstrong on the back. Illegal push. That's a bit of a mistake. Armstrong just trying to time it and trying not to do too much, but it was just enough. I don't know if Dylan Lyons tried very hard to stay up when he felt Armstrong on his back, but hard to argue with that call. 23 left on the Rochester power play, so Onondaga should be able to kill it. Mike Triolo has stayed up the floor. Percy Booth with him. Kind of leaves more space. The double team now. He goes down. They're chopping away, trying to get it. Oh, what a play by Lyons. Dylan Lyons hanging on to it. Still has the ball. 10 on the shot clock. He's still got it. Now he gives it off. And Armstrong's broken his stick. He doesn't have one. We're back to even strength. Low shot. Stopped by Watson. Power play's over. Final 50 seconds. Rochester wants a timeout. I'm glad I didn't try to call too many games today because my voice is going to go. This is exciting. Billy Wynn, 49.1 seconds left. 3-2 Onondaga. What does Rochester do here? Obviously, Joel Watson's coming to the bench.
Yeah, they got another good look here. Let's see what they decide to do. Very physical game. Both teams spending a lot of time in the box here.
Yeah. Onondaga still has a timeout. Mark Thompson just reminding them. And I got to give some credit to Joel Watson for a tremendous game in the Rochester net. He may not be going back in the net because there's only 49 seconds. He's being pulled right now for sure for the extra attacker. But he has been very good, and he's a young man who, I'll tell you, I go to a lot of lacrosse games around Ontario. I'm in a lot of rinks, and I see him. He's actually going back to the net now. They're not pulling him. He is at a lot of rinks. He watches the game. He plays whenever he can. He's played in the Arena League as a youngster. He just finished junior this year. Went down to the draft, very disappointed that he didn't get drafted, but the commitment he's showing and the passion he's showing and the development in this game points to a brighter future for him. Peroni will start with the ball. Trevor Clark is on him. I thought for a moment Matt Noble wasn't on the floor, but there he is covering Tom Rabarich. Peroni's going to run. Gets Clark turned around. Clark gets back in position. Hands it off to Fernandez. 20 on the shot clock. Fernandez runs through a check over to Rabarich. He's going to try and bull his way in. Looking for a pass. Doesn't get there. It's picked off. Matt Noble with it. 26 seconds. Noble has it. Finds the man off the bench. It's Dennis Lyons. Dylan Lyons, who did an amazing job in that penalty kill. There's Noble. He's doing it at both ends of the floor now. They can kill the rest of the game. Noble with the shot. Watson stops it. They've got 11 seconds. Penalty coming. Who's it to? Because this is going to determine possession. If it's on Rochester, then the game's basically over. Onondaga can just run around for 10 seconds. Yeah, it is. It's going to be Tom Rabarich. And that's not a very smart penalty. We've seen our share of lack of discipline penalties in this game. I'll tell you that's one because Rochester, I think, was going to get that ball. Now Onondaga will have it. Now, which side of center is he starting with possession? He has to be over center, so he can't run back towards his net. That's a critical start. He did have to be on the offensive side, but 5 seconds left. Percy Booth's just going to hang on to it. He can just flick it up in the air if he wants now. He puts his shoulder in to Croy Arnold. They have a little hug. What a game. Intense physical battle and a 3-2 win by the Onondaga Fire, who never seemed to be the